Hello everyone and welcome to the Snowfelt Charm School, or I'm gonna start saying welcome to the welcome to the Temple of Aphrodite. Um I'm your host Evangeline. Or I guess I'm gonna start saying I'm your Oracle Evangeline, and I'm here to provide you guidance when it comes to relationships. We use tarot cards to analyze personality, and we use personality to analyze relationships, be that friends, family, or of course, our favorite here, lovers. I am going to, um, I'm thinking I'm just gonna jump right into it. Um, I hope you guys are enjoying the new layout. I really am. I do think it saves me a lot of concern for how I appear for the video. So that's really liberating. Yeah, liberating. Um, and I feel like I can do my readings more, like I can do them more often. And it just kind of gets me tapped a little bit more into, like, I think when I do a video and I'm looking at me, I tap more into a more instructive, educational type of, like, content. But when the video is directed at the tarot cards, it gives a little bit more of like insight. And I think that's very fun. I'm kind of really happy to be back into this more mystical type of energy. Um, while I'm laying out a spread, a tarot card spread, I'm going to talk about how I do my personality reviews. Um, they're based off the Big Five personality assessment, as well as the personality disorders featured in the DSM-5. There are only 10 personality disorders featured in DSM-5, but I have created a 12 personality type system, in which now includes social and stable personalities. Now, these 12 personalities are separated into 4 groups. There's group 1 called the romantic group, and that's going to consist of the borderline, histrionic, and social individuals, or personality spectrums. And the second group is going to be the unromantic. That's going to consist of paranoid, schizoid, and schizotypal personality spectrums. Um, our third group is going to consist of the romantic resistant, and that's going to include the narcissistic personality type, the antisocial personality type, and the obsessive personality type. And then lastly, we have group number 4, or the romantically desperate personalities, and that's going to include dependent, avoidant, and stable. Each group is separated by their levels of extroversion and agreeability. These are the 2 of the Big 5 personality assessment that I focus on. And so group number 1, the romantics, are going to be high in both extroversion and agreeability. The unromantics are going to be low in extroversion and agreeability. The romantic resistant are going to be high in extroversion and low in agreeability, and the romantically desperate are going to be low in extroversion and high in agreeability. Here at the Temple of Aphrodite, we do have favorites. We are allowed to favor things here in the Temple of Aphrodite, and our favorites are, of course, going to be the romantics. Our our least favorite is going to be the romantic resistant, although we don't need to go into what we do not like, but they are probably the most difficult to deal with here at the temple. The unromantic are not so much considered here. We do not dislike them, but we do not, we do not have feelings for them. And the romantically desperate are the ones in which then we are actively trying to guide. Of course, you're allowed to be whatever personality type you are. This is all about radical acceptance of personalities and other people, as well as a navigation when it comes to relationships. Um, we do give advice for all of them, but it does seem like the romantically desperate, I feel as though they would frequent the temple quite often looking for aphrodisial advice. So we tend to, our services are built for the romantic and the romantically desperate. We are here to kind of work against the romantically resistant, because we are romantically forward. So their energies are going to be a bit of a challenge to deal with in the real world. Let's do two. Let's do this one, and we'll do the one on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to have to cover them up. Let's cover them up with this. I think that should do it. Sorry if my head got in there. Don't mean to jump scare you guys. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for our... Actually, I think I want two more. I don't know why. It seems like a complete reading already, but I do kind of want two more. Oh, perfect. We got two more without a struggle. Love that. Love, 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 love that. Okay. So the bottom of the deck, I'll say that our client is going to be represented by the Empress here. And the reason why the Empress has showed up for our aphrodisial advice is because they're looking for a bit of rest. They might be unsettled. They're looking for some type of comfort. Yes. So the Empress already gives me histrionic energy. We love this energy. This could also be social, or it could be borderline easily. The Empress is highly representative of Aphrodite. So any of the romantic personalities could be represented by the Empress here. I know for sure that it's not going to be any of the unromantics. It's definitely not going to be schizoid, paranoid, or schizotypal. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the romantic area. As far as a background goes, or like an upbringing, I suppose, is going to be represented by the Two of Pentacles. So that's going to be like a lot of juggling, a lot of managing, organizing, helping. This is very mediated energy. This is very family glue. This is the glue of any type of group or whatever. This is the reason, this is the reason why people are brought together. Is this Empress energy, or this Empress energy is keeping other people together. As far as the aspirations go for the Empress here, we're going to have the Elder of Swords. So this is someone who is conscientious due to their elder status, but the swords are about openness. So this is someone who's trying to understand the world as a heavy thinker or writer or communicator, in more of an instructional. This is very like teacher energy. very educational energy. Um, this could be this could be histrionic. This could be borderline. Could be social. So still, those three still apply. Um, as far as like a little bit of support here for the upbringing, a little bit into the current state, we have the Ten of Wands as well as the Hermit. So this is someone who works really hard and thinks even harder. All right. This is giving me a little bit of Cinderella. It's giving very Cinderella energy with that Empress here. Someone who, you know, works in the real world heavily, a lot of things to juggle, but is really thoughtful, in depth, very introspective, very self-soothing, very self-guiding. This is very intrapersonal energy. Um, I do I do want to say that this is very histrionic energy. It's very histrionic, especially this Hermit card is very histrionic energy. Um, because it's not an impulse to take care of everybody around them. It is just what they have to do. Their impulse is to be self involved. As with the present energy, supporting the present energy, kind of leaning up into the ambition or the future energy, we have the Sun and the Adult of Pentacles. So this is someone who is like exceptionally optimistic, as well as socially agreeable. Like this is someone who's like a heavy, like very like mannered, very polite energy, which is very interesting because we did a borderline one where the borderline individual was looking for what I would say is someone very similar to this. So yeah, I'm going to say that this is very histrionic energy. If you didn't already know, I am a histrionic. So this reading could be about me. No, I'm just kidding. It could be, but doesn't mean that it's not about you either, especially if you identify as a histrionic individual and has gone through this type of like, really going through this type of like keeping up appearances, but there's a deep well of understanding in you and ability to compromise. You do a lot for other people, but your focus is still on you. I think that makes a lot of sense. As far as aspirations go, or the ambition here, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So this, with comparing it with the Elder of Swords here, this is someone who's trying to understand. This is someone who's trying to understand what true value is. With these juxtaposed in between, it's like not taking things because they are said to be good, but because they're actually good. We also have a little bit of like this kind of like bored energy. This is kind of giving me like it's giving me a little bit broke with this expensive taste type of energy. This is someone who kind of thinks there could be more. This is someone who wants more. Yeah, this is someone who wants more, but is going to think very deeply about what that is, what that means. And they're going to probably teach other people to do this as well. So, yeah, this could be a lot. This could definitely be about me. This tarot card reading is about me. Anywho. So the advice of they're here looking for peace with the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And the advice that I'm going to give them is that I guess it's a little bit of a string of advice. It's about autonomy, I would say, that and it's about being like self-accepting, self-satisfied. It's going to be about like, for histrionic, it's very much like the celebrity personality type in which they want to be seen and recognized and all that. Um, but real value, consistent value is going to come from um, being your own audience, um, doing like satisfying yourself. And I think there's a lot of um, I was just watching a video on Lana Del Rey, and they were talking about how her style hasn't changed very much compared to other musicians or celebrities. Um, where her style is a little bit like her own style. It's a very authentic style. And I think that same energy, like I feel like that energy applies here. I would say that Lana Del Rey is also a histrionic, and she's very heavy in the hermit energy, in this hermit energy. I don't know how much she falls into the Ten of Wands energy, where she is very supportive, or she works very hard for other people, or managing like maybe like the family life or friend group or whatever it is. Um, but yeah, it's also, I don't know why, but it's also giving me like Bubbles energy from the Powerpuff Girls. I would say Bubbles is very I feel like Bubbles could fall very much into the histrionic energy, and she plays the role of like being like, because her thing is like she's the joy and the laughter. It's giving a little bit of that type of energy, especially with the sun. So here with the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Ten of Wands, this is someone who works really hard to maintain an optimistic type of viewpoint, like a very enduring type of optimism. And then on this side, we'll have a. This is someone who is like, it's giving a little bit like they know how to socialize, but they kind of wish things were a little bit more fun or more aligned or something like that. Um, with this bored energy. This is someone who's like, this is very much a like the combination here is giving very much, this is like someone who puts stickers on things to brighten it up. This is someone who puts, this is someone who plants flowers because it's going to make everything a little bit better. This that energy. And I think that maybe this almost minimalist, brutalist type of energy that might be around the universe right now. I mean, you can see it in fashion, um, how things have become a little bit more modest, simple, plain. And this is someone who kind of like fights against this Empress energy. Like, see how patterned her attire is? It reminds me a lot of my little shawl. I should make a little flower crown like this. Yeah, I would love a little pillow like this. A little Venus heart-shaped pillow. I also love these little round pillows here. The cylinder pillows. Those are so luxurious to me. So luxurious to me. Um, so yeah, with this up here, it's giving very much like it's not about money, it's what you do with that money. It's very much that. On let's start on this side with the we have the child of well, and I guess maybe let me say some advice maybe. This is someone who's looking for peace. Um, this is going to be. We might get into it after I pull some clarifying cards or gratitude cards or questionnaire cards. I'm not sure why this person, well, they might be tired from doing all this work, maintaining the positivity all around them. or being the only person that promotes positivity in an authentic, free way. Um, with the sun card here. Um, I mean, look at that little baby. That little baby is free, arms out, flower crown too, on a horsey. You know, flowers in the background. This is a very optimistic. This is a very optimistic energy, and the Queen of Pentacles is um, not too far from that type of energy. I mean, there's so much abundance around her, or the Adult of Pentacles. This could be male or female, but there's so much energy around them, so much beauty around them, so much lushness around them. This is very prosperous energy. And it's so funny that this prosperous energy is in their presence. When it comes to the past and it comes to the ambitions, it's very like they pay. Look how much they pale in comparison. I mean, we have a little bit of this Ace of Pentacles here, having a little bit of foliage or flourishing energy here, but look how clear it is up here and how little sky is here. And this sky is completely covered in sun energy, very, very brilliant light energy. And then here we just empty sky, empty sky, empty sky, a very barren type of, very minimalist type of energy here. I would say that maybe as far as advice of looking at peace and like, you know, kind of keep your head up, keep your rose colored glasses on. Um, you know, especially if if this character is still in this hermit type energy. Well, I guess they're more into this Adult of Pentacles energy, where they're a little bit more socially involved. Um, Yeah, we'll probably come back to some more advice, but as far as the Child of Cups go, this is someone who is like kind of looking for maybe like a new, with the openness of the child. All the children are based off openness, and then the cups with agreeability. This is someone who's looking for like maybe a new type of relationship. Um, Community, friend, you know, or family, which, you know, if it's a new form of family or whatever, that's usually like a friend. Um, and then with the Devil card here, um, like maybe looking for a little bit of, maybe they're looking for a little bit more dopamine with the Devil card here. They might be looking for, like, yeah, they might be looking for some excitement, especially with this bored energy here. I guess maybe the advice is going to come from, like, you know, have some fun, which is fun, of course. And not to be redundant, but yeah, have some fun, have some fun. um and then on the other side, it's kind of like, it's giving me a little bit of like all work and no play makes the Empress a dull a dull deity. um so I do think that the Empress here, in this case, as a histrionic individual, has spent a lot of time conversing with Aphrodite Urania, and has maybe put aside Aphrodite Pandemonia, or has spent little or less time with Aphrodite Pandemonia here. Um, and then it might be time to start balancing that out. Yeah, it might be time to like, it's giving me a little bit like, yeah, have fun, let your hair down type of energy. Um, let's look on this side. We have, and this is going to be correlated to the working so hard to keep everything optimistic. You know what? Maybe have a little bit fun with the pessimistic. Um, I just saw Kim Perez did a new video called Brutalist, and she's basically talking about, at least what I got out of the video. She could be talking about something else. There could be deeper meanings to things, but the first thing I got out of that was that she was talking about how, like, kind of like enjoying that minimal or liminal space. And she's talking about how she wanted to take someone to her favorite brutalist location, which, if you don't know what a brutalist is, um, it is a form of architecture. It's a era of architecture, and that's where we get parking garages, lots of concrete, lots of straight lines, very, simple, durable, a little rough, but definitely man-made. Very heavy on the concrete, heavy on the um, electrical type of environment, where it's like kind of like that. It's almost dungeony, um, broken glass, um, dirty furniture, very brutalist energy, right? Um, My favorite type of brutalist energy is when a brutalist building is being overcome with plants, or it has been visited by an animal like a deer or a rabbit or something like that. That's my favorite type of aesthetic. I do love a liminal space. So this is maybe kind of like um, maybe playing with the liminal type of energy. Um, yeah. Seeing the beauty in that could be fun. I'm gonna try to do that after I'm done with this video. But on this side, where we have, like, this is someone who is kind of like, yeah, again, bored. This is giving bored. Oh wow, this is giving bored. Optimistic, get bored as fuck. Yeah. This is getting like, I'm bored of polite society, and this is giving a little bit like, it's so hard being the only person bringing any optimism or color to the world. Just like the Powerpuff Girl episode when that mime showed up and turned everything black and white, and Bubbles had to sing that song and bring color back to everyone. This is Bubbles energy, very Bubbles energy. Um, but on the side of where they're bored, we have the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So this is going to be like, this is someone who's looking for community. Again, this same card showed up in in the narcissist one for sure. But was it in the borderline? Because this is gonna give me a little bit of the same energy of like that Hercules song, I have often dreamed of far off place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me. Like, this is someone who's looking for like community. Yeah, just a nice place to be. That's not so uptight and boring, and not so pessimistic and dull. Like, this is someone who's looking for like an open, free. Like, I feel like the Four of Wands here could have done the same type of reading. So maybe they're wanting their family or their friends or their lover or whatever it is. There are already connections to be a part of that as well. And with the Ace of Swords here, it's giving a little bit of like, this is like giving me a little bit like they know how to get there. The opposition of the Child of Cups and the Ten of Cups is giving very hopeful energy. The Devil and the Ace of Swords is giving me this is giving me a little bit of like overthinking type of energy. With a combination of Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords, this is like maybe heavily thinking of I think this is probably just heavily thinking about Aphrodite Urania. Like, this seems like this is a histrionic that has made deep friends with Aphrodite Urania, and I think that it just might be time to balance this out. It's giving me like, it is giving me like, it is kind of giving me like, kind of forget everybody else. What do you want to do? It's giving me that energy. How do you want to have fun? Does everything have to be like this I feel like, I do really feel like this is a histrionic individual who's really trying to, um, like play wife or spouse, husband, whatever the gender is that would apply for you watching this. Um, this is giving me a little bit of, this is someone who is, um, trying to be good, and they're thinking really hard about it, and then like, you don't have to be good. And I think this is why I do my readings, or why I started doing my readings. Actually, it's exactly why I started doing my readings, because all of these personalities have a good side and a shadow side, and you do not have to be on your light side all the time. Every once in a while, it's good for you to embrace your shadow side. I mean, most importantly, it's best to incorporate these two. So, and I think that this is a person who is like, especially when it comes to histrionic, I do think that it's a little bit like that slut shaming type of energy, where it is like you have to at least look like a. It's always so crazy because it's always slut shaming on the people who look like sluts and not the ones who are actually sluts. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is a lot of pressure on this person to like be. It's like giving a little bit like all of this right here is like a lot of pressure to be modest, a lot of pressure to be modest, to be out of the limelight, to be to be good, like a good like like a good like housewife. Honestly, just because the Empress is here, is like you can't dress like that, you can't look like that, you can't do things like that, and yeah, it's really like, yeah, this is someone who's trying to. This is why This is why we have the Four of Cups as our bottom of the deck. This person is exhausted from trying to tame themselves, trying to control them. It's giving very much like the Strength card, but if the woman in the Strength card wasn't holding a lion, but was holding herself, trying to hold herself back. Yeah, this is someone who's heavily trying to be good. I'm gonna pull some clarifying cards, gratitude cards, but yeah, I'm gonna say like if this was a client in front of me, I'm like, you don't have to be good. No one else is being good. No one else is being good all the time. There is no such thing as that. I would say even the stable personality type, which I think is what we consider good, and it's the stable personality type gives heavy this energy, this bored, complacent, polite energy. Um, But even that comes with a shadow side of being enabling and unmotivated and uninspiring and just rather drab. It's a very drab type of energy to be in. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but if it's your personality type, then it's your personality type. You're going to be more aligned with that. If it's not your personality type, then you're not aligned with that. You're trying to be good for no reason at all. You're not trying to be good. You're trying to be a stable personality type. And there's no you can be good and be histrionic. You can be good and be any of them. You can there's a goodness or a utility for all of them, even like the narcissist or the antisocial. There is a place for everybody, and the place for histrionic is to be in this sun energy, to be in this um Queen of Pentacles energy, like very like this is just very beautiful energy. Just focus on being beautiful. You don't have to focus on being appropriate, acceptable in front of everyone. You don't have to focus on being the light in everyone's life. Just focus on being pretty for you. Be your own light. Be dressed to your dress code. That's what I'm gonna say. That's funny. this one. Oh, gotta cover them up. Sorry I don't have like these things already. There you go. I do want to say, like, as a histrionic, I think that our obsession with censoring nudity is just so super crazy. You know, because if we didn't censor nudity, I don't think that would be like, you know, we do this to what? Why do we do that? A lot of people to like protect children, but they're born naked, and if you don't tell them that being naked is wrong, they're not going to think that being naked is wrong. It's like programming shame, and that's what I mean by slut shaming. That's exactly what I mean by slut shaming. We're already teaching our kids to be like ashamed of our bodies, like our bodies, their bodies, everyone's bodies, and to be ashamed of the body, and that's just kind of like, that's kind of like, I wonder why, you know. I wonder why. We all have them. You can't get rid of them. All you can do is cover it up. You still have it under your naked body is still under your clothes. Anyway, at the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Pentacles. So as far as I would say, excuse me, I would say as a histrionic, just give your presence. Just give your presence. That's so much already. That's so much already that you're giving like such a spectacle of presence, and you're not going to be mean about it. I would do that. I was already giving so much. I want to start with the Four of Swords here. Again, it's that rest that we're talking about. But I'm going to connect it with the Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. Yeah, this is giving a little bit like, okay, put the thoughts down. You've been juggling these thoughts. You've been trying to figure out everything. You've been trying to figure out what you're supposed to do and blah, blah, blah. Put those thoughts down. It's time to rest. It's time to rest. It's giving a little bit like get free about it. And then I'm gonna move on into, I'm gonna maybe do a circle because that seems fun. And with the also connecting to the Queen or the Adult of Pentacles here, it's a little bit like, no, we don't need to do these airs. We don't need to do these airs anymore. Like, put it down. Just be your natural self. That's polite enough. And then we have the Hermit connected to the Lovers, and the Lovers connected to the Ten of Cups. So this is giving me a little bit of like, you know, stop thinking about like how you're supposed to end your life. Just go with it. You know, if you vibe with someone, you vibe with someone. If you don't vibe with someone, you don't vibe with someone. You don't need to be manifesting. Like, I know a lot of people be manifesting love and relationships in their family life and stuff like that. You don't need to do that. As a histrionic, if you're watching this and you resonate as histrionic, you don't need to be manifesting anything like this. You are this. You are the Lovers. You're the Lovers in one person. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Anyone would be lucky to have you. You don't have to do anything. You, especially with a Hermit card connected to that, you don't have to. You don't have to try to be the perfect partner. You don't have to. You don't have to. Like, if you're if you're dating online or anything like that, you don't have to have the perfect profile. You don't have to have the perfect picture. Just be up there. You're gorgeous enough. You're histrionic. You just are gorgeous. There's no way for you to avoid it. There's no way for you to avoid it. Just be yourself. And then going around, we have the Adult of Pentacles connected to the High Priestess, and connected to the High Priestess is also connected to the Elder of Swords. This is like, if you're trying to teach people, Yeah, if your ambition is to teach people and you're already like this, just go with your. It's really much go with your gut, go with your instinct. Um, like you know more than the words will come to you. It's very oracle energy. The words will come to you in divine timing. Um, you don't need to know. You don't need to write a script or perfect how you're going to teach anything. Just talk. And there's lessons in every word you say. Um, You spent the time in hermit mode. You know everything you need to know right now. This is the reading I'm getting right now. You know everything you need to know right now. You don't need to have to. You don't have to dive deep into anything. Explain every little tiny little bit of anything. Just keep talking. Just have fun. Just talk to have fun. And then we have the Five of Swords connected to the Ace of Swords and the Sun. Oh, these are all connected to the Empress as well. Again, doesn't change anything for the High Priestess's interpretation, but this is giving me like it's like you're already a cut above because you already have the optimism in it. You want to teach, you want to educate, you want to be you want to advise, you want to help. You already know how to do it. You don't have to be. It's giving me a little bit like, some people are like, oh, I can't do that until I get my education in this or whatever. And it's like, no, just speak honestly. There's lessons in everything you say. You don't have to be perfectly right. Even people with degrees and stuff like that aren't perfectly right. You don't have to be perfect. You're never going to be perfectly right. So you can relieve yourself of that energy. You don't have to be the best at anything. You don't have to be the only one who gives advice. And that's why I always say, always get more clarification. What's supposed to resonate with you is supposed to resonate with you. And then we have the Nine of Cups connected to the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, the Ten of Wands, and the Child of Cups. So this is very much like you have everything. You work really hard, you're really optimistic, you have a good idea of value, and you're open to new situations, new agreements, partnerships, relationships, things like that. You know enough to just kind of fall. Wow, this is actually really relaxing me. Um, like I fell right into a trance right there. Um, but yeah, you can fall into a relationship and you'll know everything you need to know about the relationship as you go through. You'll know who to resonate with, who to open up to, who not to open up to. You got all the tools that you need in order to pursue what it is that you're looking to do. Now you can just go and do it. I feel so calm right now. Like I might even cry. Um, yeah. And then lastly, we have the moon connected to the Two of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Ten of Swords, along with the Empress. Um, this is giving you're never going to be able to project all the future. You're not going to know every step that comes around. You don't need to know everything that's hiding in the dark. You're the light, you're the sun. You know how to manage things as they come up. You have the endurance to do it. You have the strength. You've been training for this. You're well trained. You've passed. Wow. Wow, I feel so relieved. Yeah. Um yeah, there's no relationship you couldn't enter with abundant grace. Whether it's perfectly compatible or needs some work or it's exceptionally incompatible, you'll know exactly what to do when it's time to do it. Wow. Lovely. Very lovely reading. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, that's your choice, and I completely respect it. I hope that you have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. If you do not wish to have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night, that's totally your choice, and I completely respect it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you.